better take a bite out of these levels before they take a bite out of you.
Get out of their pit!
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 living video game levels. For this list, we're looking at singular levels, or as close as the game in question allows, showing off locales that are living beings or organic in their construction. We are placing a limit of 1 entry per game, 1 game per franchise. Number 10, A Renewed Fear, Devil May Cry 3. Ah, Dante, masterful warrior, accomplished gun for hire, tasty snack. Such is the fate of our young, anti-heroic demon slayer as he is abruptly swallowed whole by the immense Leviathan. Dante survives, however, and seeks to escape from the belly of the beast. The subsequent trek through the Leviathan's innards is fascinating, a more open-ended mission driven strictly by the objectives of unlocking and destroying the beast's heartstone. It's made challenging by the threat of acid pools and certain lingering demons, but nevertheless serves as a refreshing change from the linear action so far. Number 9, Intestinal Distress, Earthworm Jim. We expect nothing less from a game where our hero is a worm. In the 7th level of the game, Earthworm Jim enters and proceeds through the intestines of an unknown creature. It's a bizarre voyage along organ-like pathways, as he hops over orbs of questionable origin and blasts a steady stream of foes. Yippee! And to top off the descent into madness, the boss at the end of the tunnel is Doct Duodenum, the living embodiment of a particularly obscure organ. Number 8, Water Dragon, Okami. Every quest has its trials, though willingly leaping into a dragon's mouth seems a bit much. Nevertheless, the heroine of Okami, sun goddess and wolf creature Amaterasu, does just that in order to recover a lost dragon orb. Amaterasu's journey through the water dragon's insides manages to not be tense, but rather pleasant, what with the muted colors and the entire level looking like a stylized water garden. Water Dragon, thank you for being so welcoming. Number 7, Clankers Cavern, Banjo-Kazooie. It appears that deliberately jumping into an animal is a trend here. In the level Clankers Cavern, the titular mechanical shark whale thingy named Clanker floats in a pool of sewer water. In order to collect all of the level's 10 puzzle pieces and 100 musical notes, the team of Banjo and Kazooie must enter Clanker's body via his blowhole, or via his teeth or gills if you want to get fancy, and then down they descend into a realm of obstacles and death traps. Spinning blades, tentacles in the ceiling and roof, and a flooded chamber. You'll need all your wits about you to get the job done. Number 6, Chronos, God of War 3. With respect to the journey through the Titan Atlas in God of War 2, Chronos still stands tall.
There is no escape.
Imprisoned in the hellish realm of Tartarus, this Titan has a bone to pick with our quote-unquote hero, Kratos. Naturally, this means tossing the former Spartan down his gullet. But Kratos is a resourceful foe, using his blades as a creative, if gory, means of escape. The sight of a giant beast being carved open from the inside out is certainly memorable, and sets Chronos up for quite a brutal death. Well, that'll teach you to chew your food. Number 5, The Ark, Insidious Insides, Bayonetta 2.
Little one, where are you?
Certainly a unique game, but never dull. In the aftermath of an intense battle, the lovely witch Bayonetta is unexpectedly eaten by a giant beast named Insidious. She awakens and begins traversing the creature's insides, fighting off any enemies who dare phase in.
Excellent!
The zany scenario culminates in a fight with the masked Lumen, which causes internal bleeding to Insidious and devolves into a giant monster fight inside a giant monster. Number 4, Jabu Jabu's Belly, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Jabu Jabu has made the rounds twice, once in Oracle of Ages and once before in Ocarina of Time. In the latter appearance, the grand whale creature plays many roles at once. A dungeon for our character Link to explore, the location of a valuable item on Link's quest, and the accidental prison of the Zora princess Ruto, who will demand to be carried once you find her. You enter through Jabu's mouth, glimpsing the back of his teeth upon entry. That unsettling image sets the tone, compounded by hostile creatures and little details like pink jiggling surfaces. Anyone else feel uncomfortable? Number 3, Rump Command. Mario and Luigi, Bowser's inside story. Beware the mighty Bowser, especially if the plumbers are on his side. Perhaps the strangest entry in the RPG spin-off series, Inside Story has you switching between control of Bowser himself and of the titular brothers working on things from his insides. In order to help Bowser through certain sections of the game, the two have to enter Bowser through the back door, and then, for some reason, ride along a purple river and blast rhythmically floating orbs of adrenaline to awaken Bowser and then cause him to grow. This is the epitome of trippy, borderline psychedelic sequences, but given that the payoff is a Godzilla-sized Bowser, it's best not to ask questions. Number 2, Mr. Slave's Anus. South Park, The Stick of Truth.
Be careful. I might have also put some bats up there the other night.
We'll say this, South Park certainly knows how to make an entrance. Reliving the deliberately obscene Lemmywinks episode, you are asked to shrink down and crawl up the rear of resident masochist Mr. Slave in order to disarm a planted snook.
I didn't join the company for this. We've got our orders.
Treading through the man's anus into his intestines is among the most disturbing of all video game sequences, made so by the utterly baffling debris you pass along the way. Everything from condoms to mysterious substances to metal fragments and, is that a bat?
Ooh, Jesus Christ!
Plus, the enemies you fight are bacteria, of course. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1, Intestinal Fortitude, Gears of War 2.
Tell me we aren't where I think we are.
An epic story told in the belly of a giant worm. Who knew? Delta Squad, the heroes of Gears of War 2 and our focal point, get swallowed by a particularly vicious rift worm while in a fight. Fortunately, they survive the swallowing with every intent on killing the beast from within.
We gotta get the hell out of here!
It's a sequence of trials and tribulations, set in corridors dripping with saliva, besieged by death traps, and home to senseless bug-like creatures. Yet the pain is worth the reward. Hacking at the worm's heart with chainsaws as the room, or cavity, fills with blood is impressive to say the least. Do you agree with our list?
It's beautiful.
What's your favorite living level? For more lively top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
You have what you came for. Let me be